All right. I just finished recording 60 minutes of this video. Okay, 60 minutes. I'm surprised that I actually made it because I was exhausted. I was very tired, but I was obsessed about making this video. And this has been one of the hardest videos to make because I'm speaking on very controversial things in this video. Very, very controversial things. And it was a challenge for me because every time I would make the video, I would say, oh, sheesh, man, this didn't come out right, or this didn't sound right, or in fact, the introduction of this video is nearly 8 minutes. So my only request is please watch this video when you're driving or walking. Listen to it at 1.5x speed or maybe. But this is a video where I speak from my heart. It's one of those rare videos where I had to drink multiple glasses of tea, and right now it is 11:30, 11:24. So imagine I struggled from morning, 4 o'clock morning until now to make this video. So do me a favor, watch this video or listen to this video at a 1.5x or 2x speed. And if you do find it of value, I'm not forcing you. I'm not going to ask you like, share, subscribe, whatever. Sincerely, from the heart, don't do this just to fake it. Sincerely from the heart, comment down below and tell me that you watched this whole video. Please don't lie. That's my only request. And tell me which part of the video touched you the most, or did you feel it touched your heart, or you have something to say which you disagree, whatever it is. Because this was a video that I really poured my heart into it. And I don't know how it just came out, man. I'm dead tired today, but to speak for 60 minutes was quite something. So, having said that, I hope you have the patience to watch the whole video. If you do, please be truthful. Tell me down below that you watched this whole video. And let me know which part. You put the timestamp and tell me how did it touch you, or how did it stand out, or you vehemently disagree with that. And that would be the thank you from my side to you. Having said that, get ready for take your chips or crisps, or you're driving, or drive safely, or you're washing, cleaning, and enjoy this video. I hope you enjoy it because I've poured my heart, my soul, everything sincerely into it. And remember, this is, I think, my 11th take at this video at night. Finally, whole day just to make this video. One take. All right, let's start. All right, the date is 11th June 2024. Time right now is 22:22, 10:22. Okay, in the night. You see my eyes. I'm tired because today I had a lot of clients, a lot of work. And the funny thing was, this video that I'm going to make right now has proved to be one of the hardest videos to create. It took my whole day. I made the video once and then I realized, oh sheesh, this doesn't sound right. I'll give you the topic so then you'll know why it is so controversial or why this video is so hard. It's about men, women, and sex. And more specifically, why it is okay for men to have sex with multiple partners while being married, or so-called cheating on their wife, and why women, if they were to do that, have multiple partners, it's not right. Now obviously when you hear me say that, you'll be like, And what a male chauvinistic pig you are, man. You're a disgusting human being. Yeah, double standards for men. This was my challenge. Like, how can I logically share this opinion without sounding like a male chauvinistic pig, without sounding like a guy who's following double standards? I mean, what am I going to say that will convince you or make you agree to my point of view? So, when I made it the first time, I listened to it. Actually, I don't listen to my videos in detail, but this one I listened to it. I was like, no, no, wait, man, something is not right. Okay. Then I tried it the second time, and then I realized, sheesh, some things are missing. Then I tried it the third time, and this time, when I did it, I suddenly realized, just like Andrew Tate when he made his video, when he makes his video, you get a lot of youngsters who take a clip or a part of the video and then they take it out of context. And then you get so many youngsters who are lost, who use the wrong message taken out of context in the wrong way. Like treat women like bitches or put them in their place, or women are meant for sex and this and that. And today we have so many young men and young women who are getting the wrong advice and who are literally destroying their life. So I was like, I can't take that risk. Okay, and I don't want to. I don't want to be a controversial figure for the sake of being a controversial figure. I like to give context. And which is where today, as a father of a daughter, I have to keep in mind that there are a lot of young boys and girls who follow my content. And I'm no longer the guy in his 20s and 30s. Yeah, you can say that I'm a guy who follows double standards. Yeah, when I was young, many 20-year-olds say, oh, when you're young, you're fucking around, you are having so many girls, and today you're lecturing us to be good, aren't you a hypocrite? Well, here's my answer. I didn't have a father figure. I didn't have anyone to guide me. I only knew fun. I only knew pleasure. And I thought what I was doing was right, and it was perfectly okay. In fact, I was to coach and teach people, even at the age of 30, 36, that it was fine to have other women, multiple partners. It was stupid to be married and settle down and have children. But life has a funny way of teaching you lessons, making you realize things. And when you become older, when your health doesn't hold up to the way it used to, when you start seeing limitations, start becoming humble, you realize I'm not Superman. Like in the 20s, you think, no, I'm invincible, I'm Superman. No. Well, when you cross your 40s, you realize, it's aching, oh, it's paining, oh, I can't breathe, oh, hair is coming out of here, hair is coming out of here, white hair is coming from here, white hair is... your body starts behaving funny. Then you start getting wrinkles, then you see your skin sagging, and then you see bones coming out from your fingers, and like, what the hell happened? Where once upon a time I was muscular and could see thickness in my arms and forearms and veins. Now all I can see is bones. I can literally feel my bones. So age teaches you a lot of things. Your priorities change you. You become a different human being. So, and the day you become a father, even if you didn't have a father, you didn't have a mother, you didn't have proper upbringing, but when you become a father, when you become a parent, and when that small child trusts you, you feel a sense of responsibility. Like the other day, my daughter, out of the blue, I was just lying down, wife was massaging my head, baby was sitting down, and she just, from somewhere, my 5-year-old daughter said, what the fuck? She actually said that, huh? I was shocked. My wife was like, I couldn't see her face, but I was shocked. I immediately raised my, what? What are you saying? Like she got scared because I don't raise my voice. I said, behave yourself. I was very strict with her. I don't know if my wife had found it funny, but then she She realized I was serious. Then she explained to her properly in Thai that this is not right, this is not good. Now, here's a funny thing. Once upon a time, I used to literally say this anywhere and everywhere. But today, I realize that if I didn't correct my daughter, she might use the same language in front of teachers, in front of other people, and they're not going to find it amusing. Yeah, we do see videos online where children use this kind of language. We find it funny, but in the real world, it's not. And especially when you're a father or when you're a mother, you want to make sure that your child gets the proper guidance. Anyway, that's besides the point. So this video that I'm going to share with you, I had to keep in mind that a lot of youngsters are watching this video. I need to make this video giving proper context. And I also need to keep in mind that maybe one day my daughter would look at this. So what kind of example am I setting? So I'm not going to be fake. At the same time, while being true to myself, I have to state what is right and what is wrong. So I want you to listen to this video and give me your thoughts. I know this introduction is really long, nearly 8 minutes now. But it's necessary for me to give the context because there are a lot of youngsters watching this. So let's begin. Now, nowadays on social media, we have men who talk about sex and, have sex and, 4 or 5 women. And you get even women coming on podcast and openly stating, oh, I have sugar daddies. Oh, I don't mind sex. Oh, I have OnlyFans. What is OnlyFans? You're showing your body parts for $1, $5, random strangers. In fact, just go through Instagram. The images and the videos. I just saw today a female. I was just lying down. My daughter was slightly far, just scrolling. And there I saw this female. She's like dressed up like a doctor. And suddenly she holds on to her trouser and pulls it down till her knees. She's not wearing anything inside. And she pulls it up. Actual nude, huh? And this was on Instagram. And I just turned just to see, is my baby looking? My wife could see it. And my wife was like, what the hell is this? And then as we were scrolling, I saw another one, even more explicit, see-through dress, and the female was expanding her legs and giving herself a wedgie there. I was like, for this, I wanted to see some attention-grabbing videos, but this is what I got, so I was like, forget this. So, we live in a day and age today where being promiscuous, showing your body, not having any values is considered cool. It's considered fun. It's considered modern. In fact, I get these young boys and girls who literally comment below my videos like, hey, you're being a hypocrite, man. You slept around. You fucked around so many girls. Why are you preventing us from having fun? Just because you're important right now. Just because you got a daughter, you're a hypocrite. So just imagine a 20-year-old where once upon a time, a youngster wouldn't talk to his elders this way. Can you imagine many years ago, a young boy or young girl going up to elders and say, we want to fuck around. You fucked around. Can't we fuck around? Do you think they would ever say that? No, never. But today, any boy, any girl can create an account on social media, send women who are old enough to be their mothers or fathers, that age, hey babes, hey, I'm horny for you. Oh, I would love to eat your... That's the kind of messages we see. So times have changed, okay? And it's not that I've not seen all this. I've written down a couple of examples, which if you see me looking, I've written down so that I wouldn't miss out on my thoughts. Some of the examples, I met, I was a playboy, okay. That doesn't mean all the girls that I dated were loose-charactered or no morals. But at the same time, that does not mean They were not crazy girls. There have been girls who came up right on my face and say, would you like to fuck? Straight on my face, in front of other guy. Would you want to fuck? I've had girls who invited me to their house. They have a boyfriend or they are going to get married and they still take me to their house to have sex and they drop me off. I have had a client who is a woman who has 5 kids. And here's the strangest part. All 5 kids are from 5 different men and the husband doesn't know about it. I was dating a girl whose own father did unspeakable things to her. Actual, real father. I consulted a guy who got one girl pregnant who he was supposed to marry her. He got her sister pregnant and he wants to marry her also. And then he ended up getting the 3rd sister pregnant and he wants to marry all 3. Pakistani guy. I consulted a female who was working in the airline industry during COVID and she was sleeping around with the decision makers so that she would get a job to feed her family. I've seen a man pimping his wife to other guys. In fact, the girl I was supposed to get married to, I didn't know that she and her so-called divorced husband, they actually had planned it all out to take away my money so that they could take care of their business. I have on ThighCupid, I've literally seen a female pimping out her kids. And one final example, when I visited Pattaya for the first time with my friend, went to a bar and there we saw a guy, normal guy, everything good, family person. He didn't come with his family. Found out he's a nice guy, everything. And then we found out he's come over there to hunt for underage girls, small girls, less than 9 years old. And he was drunk and he was very cool about it. So I've seen a little bit of this world. One final one, 11-year-old girl who chatted with me. She first told me a lie that she was not 11. And I knew something was off. Finally, she told me that she's 11 and almost all the men in her family have had sexual relationships with her. I think around 6 of them. So yeah, what I'm trying to tell you is I've seen really horrific, horrid cases. Okay. So I'm not new to all this. Neither am I going to portray that I'm holy. I've not indulged with such people, but I've had to give advice, guidance, or I just interacted or met these people accidentally. I guess because of my appearance, people think they can talk just about anything. And given the fact that I keep things confidential. Okay. So now we reached here where this is normal. But if you actually go back in time, things are different. Once upon a time, this is a fact, a man would stay in the village, he would have a wife, and he had to provide for the family, so he would take his weapons, he would go outside, he would be a hunter, he would be a gatherer, he would hunt dangerous animals, he would be outside for days and days, and finally after killing the dangerous beast, risking his life, not eating for days or even weeks or months, then finally come back, or he would go to battle and he would risk his limbs or himself and finally come back to his woman. And obviously she had to take care of him because he risked his everything, his life, his health, his everything just to provide for her. So her job was to keep him happy. And when he was not there, to keep the house safe, clean, take care of the children, nurture them, make them study, make it a home. While the man risked everything. And when he was risking all this, and he was looking at danger in the eye, well, obviously he's a man. He had to pleasure himself. So there he got concubines, prostitutes, and he would just have sex. He was not in love, he just had sex to satisfy that animalistic urge. But when he would come back home, he still wanted sex, but now he wanted love, which he would not get. And a woman being in the village with everyone looking at her, she had to maintain decorum. She couldn't go and sleep with somebody else, even if she liked somebody else. And since none of the men were there, she had to preserve her dignity. She knew everyone was watching her, everyone knew her, she knew everyone. So she had to be an ideal woman. And, traditional values. She used to cover herself. Her body is only meant for her husband, nobody else. So, roles were clearly defined. Man knows what he's supposed to do, woman knows what she's supposed to do. So, man, hunter-gatherer, protector, man of the house, woman, homemaker, housewife, caretaker, nourish. She is to nourish the children, take care. Okay. And, here's one thing. Why a man used to have 5 children, 10 children, 20 children? Why before? My wife's mother's mother had 11 children. She never went to the hospital, gave birth just in the house only. And they used to hold, something and lie on the ground and they used to pull out the baby. Why? Because when man used to go into a war, he would go fight, he would get injured and the possibility that he would die. So his offspring had to continue. The name had to continue because the woman couldn't marry another man just like that. She had to take care of his name, his household, his offspring. So the man's only job is have plenty of kids. So in case he dies, there are enough and more kids in the village. And that is how religion spread. That is why Islam always says have more children. Children are the gift of God, even in Christianity. The more number of children you have, the more the religion spreads. Why do you think they keep saying Islam is the fastest growing religion? Yeah, the more number of, if one Muslim man and woman have 20 children, well, you have 20 more Muslims. A Christian might have just, one. So you have 20 Muslim kids versus one guy who has only one kid. And Hindus, maybe 2. So which is the fastest growing religion? So it's not because the religion is pious or holy. It's just multiplying like rabbits. Say if one particular religion, with every woman you get 100 children, it grows 100 times more, right? Okay. So, man's biology, sex, produce children, love. When you go out, sex again, pleasure. And left hand doesn't know what the right hand is doing. Woman who's at home, pregnant with his offspring, second child, her third child, all his, just to continue the name. So that is why in society, when a man has many, many females, he's a stud, he can handle so many females. But a woman has to marry only one man. That's it. If she has more than one man, oh yuck, look at her, no character. And that is why in Indian tradition, olden days, when the husband would die, the wife had to perform sati. That was, she had to, when the husband's body is burnt, she had to sit there and kill herself with the husband. It's like they are meant for each other forever. And that is why marriages were considered forever. If you are old, if you're a widow, if you're unmarried, if you're barren, it was a shame. That is why women got married early and they had children. So until now, I'm sure you agree with me and all this. Okay. So when did time start changing? Time started to change when you didn't have to just be a hunter-gatherer. You could start using your brains. You didn't have to kill people. You could use intelligence. They started automating things. They started creating machinery. They started creating, okay, we need to manage people. Okay, we need correspondence. We need letter writing skills. We need communication. We need service industries. So new opportunities grew. They started offering education. And because there was shortage of men who were going into World War I, II, women had to start working. And they started to provide education and they started giving them, don't be only at home, come and work, do something, earn for the family instead of just being at home. So there they started to get opportunities to work. Now when you started to work, before women used to be together, men used to huddle together. Very soon they started men and women together. Okay. When they started being together, well, now in the village you could not talk to men so easily. Now you can talk to a guy sitting across your desk. And during the break, you can meet him and talk to him. So now opportunities to make friends. And with that opportunity came, I like you, you like me. Oh, my husband, I'm married. We'll just be friends. But you can't control emotions, you can't control feelings, right? And when a man is lusting, he will be very sweet to get what he wants. And the woman who's missing out on that attention, that feeling of love, that feeling of care, she's getting those sweet words. Like this, a man, he gives you love to get sex, but a woman is ready to give you sex because she wants love. Okay. So, along with that, started the distractions. Then the pivotal moment came when birth control pills and contraceptives were introduced, where once upon a time, if you had sex, there was a price to pay. Now you could have sex and there's no price to pay. You can have sex and not be worried you will get pregnant. You can have sex multiple times and still birth control pills. You will not have children. You won't conceive. Don't worry, have sex. There's no price to pay. So all of a sudden, women were, once upon a time, the fear was, if I get pregnant, how will I face society? Now you'll not get pregnant. So yeah, we can have sex. Nobody will know. So that's what started to happen. And with birth control, contraceptives and controlling the biology of women, a female's role started to become a bit like a man's role, where it's okay to have sex. So she was okay to, seduce a couple of men. And when she had sex with one guy, she would think like, wow, sex with him is like this. What about sex with that guy? So she started thinking like a man, in a man's world. And then, what did she do? In order to entice more men, lipstick, rouge, heels, look attractive and sexy. I mean, why else do you put makeup? Seriously, why do you put makeup? Why do you wear those high heels? Why do you make sure your legs are slender and you look, your perfume is like, wow, and red lips and red cheeks? It's blush, right? What happens when you get shy or turned on? Red. So you create that artificial thing. Like they say, your pupils become large and all that. Yeah. Why do you think these perfumes are like, they want to relax you. They want you to notice them. Okay. So women started, making sure they get noticed at the workplace. They enjoyed the compliments. Well, the husband would not give her compliments every day. Here you have men ready to give you compliments. Different men, strange men. You enjoy the attention. And very soon, women started to earn money. And when you earn money, you enjoy freedom, you get power, you get opportunities. And very soon, when you bring home the bacon, like they say, and now you are not only bringing bacon, you are bringing extra money, maybe more than the man. The children are happy. Our parents were very strict. No, you have to be a housewife. Now you're giving them also money. They'll be like, oh, my daughter's giving me money? Son-in-law didn't give us this. They'll support the daughter, right? Okay. That is why nowadays, when a girl says, I'm on OnlyFans, but my parents don't mind. Why the parents don't mind? Why? Because she's bringing in maybe, like that one particular female, $750,000 per month. And she has bought a house for the mother and father, own house, own car. You think the parents are going to complain and say, no, we want you to be like a nun. We want you to be a housewife. We don't want this house. We don't want the car. We don't want this luxury. No, they'll be like, my daughter is independent. I'll respect her wishes. Well, they're getting free money. Who doesn't like free money? We are all human beings, end of the day, my dear. Okay? That is why nowadays parents, when they have daughters, they encourage them to study. Why? Be independent. Be powerful. Look at the sun, moon and stars. You can get big opportunity. Why you want to marry a simple guy from a simple village? Marry a big guy, rich guy, successful guy from a big place. And elevate your status and take us with you. Elevate us. You're going to USA and getting a citizenship. Take us with you. You're going to get a CEO's job. Take us with you. You're going to have a good life. We didn't have a good house. We didn't have a good car. We sacrificed so much. Give us also the rewards. They'll not say it, but they expect it. And you think they'll say no after 30 years of sacrificing or 20 years, and finally the daughter now is giving the rewards. You think they're going to say, no, I want to stay in the village. I want to eat just that dry, crusty bread or chapati or suffer and pray. No, I want a good life. We are all human. Human beings have weaknesses. So they don't say anything. They are encouraging their daughters. You don't need a man. Before it was get married early. Now it is take your time, make a choice. Don't need to get married. If you don't want, don't get married. It's okay. Why you want to get married? Be independent. Be powerful. Choose which man you want. Now it's no longer a female following female roles. They want a female following a man's role. She's like a man. Because she's in a man's world. The corporate world is filled with men. That was how men used to behave in war. That is how men used to behave in the battlefield. Today the battlefield is in the corporate world, where men are smoking and talking about the conquest of poor people, of selling stuff, of conquering others. And in comes women, hey babes, how are you? And she's trying to fit in with the boys. So, good, no? And then when you have a career like you can travel with airlines, and very soon you're away from the village, where people knew where you're going, what you're doing. Now you are in a faraway country. Nobody knows what you're doing. So, nobody's looking. Left hand doesn't know what the right hand is doing. So I can sleep with this guy who's watching. I can be promiscuous, go to the nightclub, flash my stuff, take this guy home and have 2-3 guys have sex with me. Who's watching? I can control. I'm not going to get pregnant. The guy also says, hey, mom and dad are not looking. I'll not go sleep with one girl. I'll sleep with 4-5 girls. I'll pay these girls. I'll snort some powder from some other place and do all kinky stuff that I could only see in a porn. Where once upon a time, if you had to see porn, you had to wait until everyone went to sleep and then put on your CRT, put the video cassette. Now, take your smart device. Nobody's watching. Just keep looking. Porn, sex. Easy, it's in the palm of your hand. You can go to the toilet and browse. You 24/7. Nobody can stop you. Where once upon a time, if you had to chat with a guy or a girl, the whole village would be watching. Hey, I saw her. She went to that coffee shop. I saw her. You have to take the trouble of getting out of your village, make sure nobody saw you, and go to that remote place where nobody would know you, so that nobody would catch you. Because it would be a shame. Today, you don't need to take the effort of going that extra mile. Just take your phone, sit in one place, any spot. You can sit right now here, even naked, even if you're in the toilet shitting. And hey, babes, I want to eat your this. Oh, I want you to suck on that. Oh, I fantasize about you. I want to ABCD. Yeah, this is what. Can you show me this? You want to see, babes? I'll show you. Nobody's watching. Click, send. Click, video. Yeah, you're enjoying that? Yeah, I'm pleasuring myself watching that. Fantasizing about you. Yeah, all of us have done it. If you have not done it, good for you. If you have done it, well, welcome to the club. That's what's the reality today. And then when you have something like OnlyFans, yeah, babe, I'll show you. I'll show you whatever you want. I'll put whatever you want. These are the charges. You want one thing, 10 things, you want 5 minutes, you want 30 minutes, you want 1 hour, you want 1-to-1. I'll give you whatever. Just, these are my rates. So, left hand doesn't know right hand. People cannot see what you're doing in the 4 walls of your bedroom, of your room. You're getting all the temptation that you need. Where once upon a time you had to literally search and be hidden and nobody knows you. Today you can do it sitting, standing where you are. You can do it in the church, you can do it in the bus, you can do it in the toilet, you can do it lying down next to your wife. It becomes very easy. Where once upon a time to cheat on your spouse or partner was a miracle. Today your spouse is sleeping and you can do it. So all this has changed the roles. Where once upon a time a woman would wait for her man to come. Now to come, she doesn't have to wait. For rent, men, women, you can get anything you want online. Click of a finger. Credit card, paywall, app, free internet, free app, and smartphone. So, Welcome to a corporate jungle where once upon a time men were only there, where they had to conquer, plunder, risk their lives. Today it's a corporate jungle. Today it's a corporate world. Today it's a corporate war. And it's not just men who are fighting intellectually, it's women also who have joined the club, like the boys, want to be like the boys, and they're doing what the boys are doing. So now the question, what is the problem? Can't everyone do it? Can't everyone have a good time? Here's where the problem is. You can, they say you can fool the world, you can't fool yourself. You can fool man, maybe you can't fool God, like they say. Being an atheist, I would say you can fool the world, you can't fool nature, you can't fool biology. Man can have sex with 200 women. He'll never get pregnant. Woman has sex with more than one man or just one man, she can get pregnant. Right or wrong? Yeah. Woman can get pregnant, men can't. We have lived in a society where men would pray to God. Men would lead the prayer. Men would be preachers. Men would be kings. We never had women priests. We never had women head of a congregation. We never had women as leaders. We never had women who took on the mantle. Very rare. You can count the number of them. Joan of Arc, Queen Elizabeth, one or two, that's it. But history is littered with only men. That's why they say it's a man's world. How many CEOs are men? It's not because it's unfair. It is because when a woman does get pregnant, she has to make a choice. Do I want my career or do I want this kid? If I have this kid, I have to abort my career. If I want the career, I have to abort the kid. Choose. Man doesn't have that problem. Man can, you do what you want. I'm focusing on my career. I'm not pregnant. It's a fact, right? Who gets pregnant? The woman. You know the amount of pain and suffering that a woman takes to have that baby in her womb? I sometimes see the pregnancy videos. Oh, I can't take it. I'm telling you, I can see horror videos. I can see mutilations, actual life, like mafia mutilation. I cannot see a pregnancy. It is the most painful stuff. I don't know how a woman can take it. A woman having a child for 9 months in a womb. Oh, goodness. Her flesh, her blood, her nutrition, her fluids, everything. A man can't take it, man. Man can't take it. Man is not designed to absorb that kind of pain, pressure. Only a woman can. Women get periods, men never get periods. This gender nonsense, I'm a he, I'm a she, forget all that nonsense. Common sense. Let's focus on common sense. So we know biology, man and woman. Women gets pregnant, women has her periods, women gives birth to a child. Man does not. We're talking about man and woman. I'm not talking of words. I'm talking of biology. That's why when a man and woman dies, that skeleton, if you just get the skeleton, you can make out man or woman. There's no confusion or 100 different genders there. This is not me hating. This is practical science. You can have the words to sound, but that's another discussion for something else. Let's focus on man and woman. Simple. Biology. So even if a man is carrying a loving dad, like let's say for myself, if my wife is not there, it's impossible for me to take care of my child. My baby wants breast milk that only my wife can give. My baby has to have bath when she was small, the diapers and cleaning herself and private parts and all that. And she being a girl, I left it to the mother. Even if it was a boy, I would leave it to the mother. Sorry, it's not my thing. Maybe there are fathers who do that. It's not that I'm ashamed, but I focused on earning money. Her job, her role is to be mother, housewife, caretaker. So we had our roles. Now, where the roles are mixed up, man and woman both are working. Now here's the problem. So who's going to do the diapers? Who's going to do the feeding? Who's going to do the care? Either grandmother or her mother and father or his mother and father, somebody else, or a maid, or some of these facilities that take care of children. But this is where the erosion of the family values take place. So your child is not with your values, your child is with the values of somebody else. Why do you think there's so much of confusion today? Why do you think children are, they're nothing like their parents? Because the mother is never there at home, father though is never there. And you can't blame them. Today, in the day of inflation, making money, career focus, both are busy. So who's there? Nobody's there. So you are left to the whims and fancies of a maid or a caretaker. And like they say, God forbid, if that person is evil, is sexually deviant, or is a disturbed individual who beats and hits and does horrific things, tortures that child, unless you have a camera, you'll never catch. That is why so many old age homes, they beat, they bruise, they batter the old person so horrifically. It is unbelievable when you see these videos. Why? Because they're pushed to the brink and they don't care. You're not their flesh and blood. The same thing is happening with children today. And with this erosion of values, we have this new generation. Father was working, mother was working, child was left to caretakers and friends. Child doesn't have any identity. And today the child has the smartphone, the uncensored internet, apps that give you content which should not be watched, from Facebook to Instagram to TikTok. They're being brainwashed, where it is now normal to see a naked woman. It is normal to see porn. It is normal to... I've seen some content which I can't even discuss. It is so dirty, just for attention, from girls showing their private parts to even young girls doing very inappropriate things. And when I see those videos, I'm like, what? You'll see even streamers, gamers, young girls, they are in a bathtub playing a game, a video game. Like, you're wearing a bikini in a bathtub. What? You're playing a video game? Yeah, because they get money. There are so many sexually frustrated young men who have no experience going outside, because now they play video games where you die, you can come back to life. You die, you come back to life. So they know, I can keep trying. I'm never going to die. I'm going to be invincible. So they feel they are in control. They have these games. They have these rewards. They have these virtual worlds where a fat, ugly guy can be an alpha male. He can create a name that sounds cool. He can argue with someone who is accomplished and, hey, you piece of shit, your career is this, ha 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 ha. He can feel great. Why? Because nobody knows who he is. He knows in the real world he's a zero, he's a nothing. Nobody gives him importance. From his mother, father, brother, sister, nobody respects him. He's ordinary. But online, that same guy, Shamu or Ramu or, some Max or Philip, he's Maximilian, he's Thanos, he is, X-Men, Wolverine, he's James Bond. He can be any cool avatar he wants. And he can say, fuck you, man, who the hell you are. He can say it to The Rock. He can say it to president of any country. He can say it to of MMA fighter, hey, fuck you up, man. But he'd never do that in real life. But he can do it online, right? Who's there to catch him? So they create fake IDs. They hide behind a profile. And I've seen people, 16-year-olds saying, I'm 47, I'm 52. A fake identity. Guys portray and pretend to be girls. Girls pretend to be women. Some girls pretend to be men. To get into that fantasy world where they can explore. So where once upon a time you had real experiences, today everything is virtual. And because of this virtual addiction, because they make sure you're addicted, they have lost the ability to interact physically. Both men and women. Both men and women. I met so many girls 18-year-olds, who are telling me, I'm having sex with my uncle, I'm having sex with the professor, I'm having sex with this man, he is 50 years old, he has 2 daughters who are my friends. How did that happen? How is it that today young boys are saying, I'm looking for a sugar mama. I don't mind getting into adult stuff. I want to make some money. From when did this become cool? From when did a young young women who were supposed to be a lawyer or a doctor are saying, man, I'm earning more money through OnlyFans. What is she doing through OnlyFans? What is she doing? She's showing her private parts, which once upon a time was a matter of shame. Today it's a matter of pride because, oh, I made $100,000. You see the headlines? Oh, she is living her dream. She's driving a Lamborghini. She's driving a Ferrari. She has a $10 million house. She purchased down payment. Wow, enterprising. She's so brave. She is a feminine. She is an independent woman. This is wordplay. We have gotten rid of values, morals, ethics, and we justify by saying if men can have sex, if men can do this, why can't we? Why double standards? We should also have it. It all sounds nice when you're young. All sounds nice. When it doesn't sound nice, when finally age catches up, when you start becoming old, no? They say all that invincibility, all that. In Hindi, they say charbi means that excess fat that you have. All goes away. I've met females who I've been in touch with 15, 20 years. When they were young, the bodies were elegant, they were so sexy, and these same females would actually say, Loy, I like a big cock. This female used to tell me, Loy, I want a big cock if I have to get satisfied. I don't mind 2 guys, 3 guys, I want a big cock. Actually, she told me. And guess what? Her family was very conservative, but they didn't know what she was doing. She was working in the airline industry. 20 years ago, 20, 21, whatever. Today, same female has 2 sons, broken marriage. She has developed health issues because she got into a very bad life of drugs and alcohol and physical abuse, not sleeping, drinking, drugs. And unfortunately, because of her abuse on the body and the abortions that she went through, and she developed health issues, blood pressure, slip disc, thyroid, and she put on tremendous amount of weight, where once upon a time I think she was 50 kilos or something. Today she's 80, 30 kilos more. She's very fat. She doesn't even have a neck. She's that bloated. I chatted with her. She was not telling me about cocks and 2, 3 men, and she wants one from back and one from front and one this. She was talking to me about her son, about school fees, about the fact that he doesn't have a father figure, the fact that her mother and father are no more, the fact that she has to earn and she can't come home because the salary is not enough, so she has to take up 2, 3 jobs. And where she would love her children to be with her, she can't. She's been taken care of by the neighbor. And when she comes back home, the children are not obedient. And she cries and she says, I don't know what to do. Because now age has caught up. Where once upon a time I knew females who were models, on Instagram and all that stuff. They're still lovely, some of them. They're still in a career, but they're feeling very alone. They're just tired of having one relationship after another, after another, after another, young boys and sex. And now when they are in their 50s, they're like, oh, I'm not looking for another horny sexual this thing. Yeah, it's fun. I want a family, Loy. I want to settle down. I want career and family. But now I'm in my 50s. Young boys find me attractive, but I'm looking for a man. I'm in my 50s now. The men who are 60s and 70s, they already have someone to settle down. Why would they go for a female in their 50s when they can get a female in their 20s? And what do you think all these Western foreigners, they do when they come to these third world countries? Which man do you think wants an old woman? Well, there are some who don't mind the kinky sort. But I know, they prefer young girls, right? That's a fantasy. So when you become older, when health is a blessing, when you no longer take health for granted, when you can't party the whole night and enjoy life, if you sleep 1 hour less, the whole day is bloody ruined. That's what happened when you age. Where once upon a time you can go 3 days without sleeping, party, gym, work out, go to work, go for exercise, back to the nightclub. You could do it 3 days, 4 days, non-stop, 1 week, and then you'll finally suddenly crash. Today, if I were to try that, even few hours, next day I'm completely fucked, man. I I might develop gas, I might have lower back pains, I might have my joints aching, I might have a headache, I might have body ache, I might have stiffness, my knees. I'm going to feel like crap for the whole day. And because I didn't sleep properly, maybe I want to sleep the whole day. Stress. Why do you think I'm making this video now? I have my priorities, I have my goals. It's not just about sex, nightclubs, fun. My brand, my work, my priorities, my expenses, my child, my wife. I have to take care. Nobody is there to take care of them. I only. And if I don't take care of them, who else will be there? And who will take care of me? They can't take care of me. I have to earn. Do you think I'm dying to think about a vagina, or pussy, or sex, or blowjob, or girl in bikini? No, fuck all that. What? That's 5 minutes. If I want, I'll just pay someone money. 5 minutes. Get it up, get it down, bye bye, finish. I have work to do, yeah. Why do you think men, they're just fed up and tired of this sex? Get to the point. Let's finish it. I have to get back to work. Why? But women can't do that. Because women don't want pleasure, just fun. They want something meaningful, substantial. Where men are hardcore about money and power and being in control, women want to feel like women. And that is why you can try your level best to be a man, to act like a man, to live like a man. Eventually, you'll come back to your biology. You'll come back to your true nature, your true calling. And that is why when you feel lonely, when you feel lost, all these youngsters who do this transgender operation, they cut their breast, healthy breast, they mutilate, they cut off their ovaries, and there are TikTok videos where they show their ovaries in a jar and hey. When you're young, you can do all these things, but when you grow older, your body will reject a lot of things. You can keep injecting steroids. I've taken steroids. Being a man, how many complications I know I have. You'll have to spend your whole life taking steroids, and it costs a bomb, and it will mess up your body because you're going against nature, against biology. And that is where a woman who, forget if she mutilated her body or took steroids or whatever, but at some point you'll be tired of playing this game with men. You will be tired. You'll not have the testosterone. You'll be tired of putting makeup, Botox, surgery, getting yourself bleached, looking sexy. You'll just be like, forget all this, man. I just want to be at home, want to be loved, hugged by my children. Why do you think women have cats and dogs? And because they know these animals will accept them the way they are. They're just tired of putting on a facade, an image. A man can be fucking ugly, fat with his belly hanging up to his knees. He can look like a bloated piece of shit. And he'll get females like this. He'll get girls enough to be his granddaughter if he has billions of dollars. Al Pacino, Robert De Niro, Jeff Bezos, Elon Musk. They can get women like this. What about women? Well, Madonna is 62. Well, she can get a boy toy. But we know for a fact that's not what a normal woman wants. You don't have to take my word. Come to any of these third world countries, Philippines, Cambodia, Africa. You'll see young girls and men old enough to be their grandfathers. Fat, ugly. You'll see a man walking with a girl and you wonder, is this his great granddaughter? No, they're lovers. Why do you think she's doing that? Do you think because she enjoys having this oversized hippopotamus who is 5 times her weight on top of her, smelly, ugly, fat, that belly with hair? You think that is a fantasy? Don't you think she wanted someone from BTS or some hot model? Don't you think she has any dreams? Well, she has to give up all that if she wants money. And that is where the erosion of values, traditions, of ethics, morals. But she's doing it because she has to survive. But one day, if she doesn't stop it, she'll forever have a life of regret. And that is what today most of the women are having. Man can still sleep around and have no regrets. He can have children with one woman, dump her, and go on and live that life and die alone in his battle. Women, they can't. It's sad what has happened to our society. It's sad what has happened to our tradition, our values. And look at me. I mean, I didn't have a mother, father to guide me. See the choices I took. Lucky for me, I have the skills, have the ability to sell myself. I just got lucky, and which is where I'm able to generate income. And thanks to the fact I don't smoke, I don't drink, I didn't live in the corporate world and stayed away from society, I was able to recreate my life from zero. And today, very carefully, I have a wife, I have a kid, away from society and happy. My wife, she is a standard, typical housewife, which society gets, hey, how you call him sir, why you respect him, and why you touch his feet, and why does the daughter do that? Simple, traditional, Indian values, as you can say it. High values, not the modern. So even though I look modern, I'm grounded with these values, and I saved. I can't say the same for many other people, whether young men or young women. So I'll leave you with this. I'll just leave you with this. If you're young, what I'm saying right now will not make sense. You'll laugh at me, you'll make fun of me, you'll say, what shit, man? What are you talking, man? There's some outdated old fart. And for your age, you're right. I mean, you've not gone through life. So your perspective is limited to either 20 years. I'm going to be 50. I have 30 years above you, right? And when I was your age, I said the same thing. Old, outdated, old fart. At age, father time makes you human. And one day, when your health will no longer be as it is, when you no longer can call yourself young, when you're reaching that 50s, when you get up in the morning and your joints are aching and your body is stiff and your back is aching and your blood pressure and diabetes and health issues and heart issues and cholesterol and stress, and you don't know whether you have your job or you don't have a job, and you have mouth to feed and you have wife to take care of, you have a child to look after, you have old mother and father, your friends have gone and you no longer are young and cute. You'll remember what I said. I used to laugh and give a fuck. Today I look back and I'm just grateful that I made so many mistakes, but I've saved. And I've seen a lot of people who can't say the same. I don't know if you'll watch this video right up to the end. I don't know if you have survived. But if you have, my only sincere, heartfelt wish is that you don't make the same mistakes that many of us have made. I hope you're not going in that direction of today's modern society. I just hope that those timeless values, traditions, beliefs, not the outdated ones, not the racist, the sexist ones, I'm talking of the core fundamental values. You know what I'm talking about. I hope you're still grounded. I hope you still accept. I'm not asking you to be a housewife and cook and clean and, be a slave to a man. No. Come on. Let's stop acting like I'm saying all this. All I'm saying is, yes, we have to move with the times. But be clear what you're doing. I do expect you to work. I do expect you to manage your expense. I do expect the husband to work, wife to work. Life is not going to be easy, but just remember, age will catch up. Life will happen. Health is not going to remain the same. And you will reach a point where you'll finally be left with yourself alone, where your health, where your physical body, where your spirit, your mind, everything will change. And then you look back on your life and look at all the good things, all the bad things, and only you will pay the price. Nobody else. Only you. So you can convince the whole world, like, fuck you, man, I'm invincible. But when you sit alone, like I'm sitting right now at 11:20, almost 1 hour this video, sitting alone, I am accountable to myself, nobody else. So whether I eat sweets, chocolates, I drink, I smoke, I have sex, I do whatever, only I'll pay the price. I can waste my life or I can work hard. I can be, humble and grounded and meager and live within a meager living, or splash and enjoy and fuck around, and only I'll pay the price, nobody else. I can portray something online and fool people, but then when it's quiet and dark and lonely in the night, I'm accountable to myself. I just hope you make the right choices. Because good, bad, ugly, there's only one person who will pay the price. That's you. So you decide you want to be, what do you want to be? You want to be a man, you want to be a woman, you want to be a woman in a man's world, man in a woman's world, you want to have the values, say fuck off to the values, create your own values. Only you will pay the price for it, nobody else. So let's just hope that the choices you make today, you'll not regret it in the future. Yeah, like, these tattoos, lucky for me. Many people say, hey, do you regret it? Absolutely not. It's not recommended for anyone to do, but I'm lucky. It could have gone a lot more worse for me. Thankfully, I have these talents, these gifts, ability to speak, the maturity, the wisdom, the thirst, the obsession, whatever. I don't want to compliment myself, but I'm lucky. Like I said, I'm lucky. Just make better choices than I did. That's all I'll say. And better than what your father, mother did. And I hope you find your purpose. Anyway, this has been one hell of a long video. I don't know if you survived watching this whole thing, but if you have, do comment down below and let me know that you watched the whole video, and this video is from the heart to you. Good, bad, ugly, let me know your thoughts in the comments below. This is me signing off. You guys take care.